Harlow, or, well, I don't know if I should mention the places, but the more public atmosphere, I think, would lend itself well, especially the particular place that we're going to, because they've had a lot of specific cabaret shows before. Dresden Dolls perform there, and it's that kind of a venue of artists and I guess a younger generation that wouldn't necessarily be exposed to radio and really know what it's about, and it would give, I think they would be very interested in the medium, especially with the music intermixed. So I think that will be received well. When you get to some of the more places that are frequented by an older generation, and I'm treading a fine line here, I partially wonder if they will think of the old-time radio shows that we talked about before, like George Burns, Gracie Allen, and picture that, and when they don't hear Andrews Sisters, they might kind of go, wait, what? Like, what's going on? So that's kind of one of those interesting balances that it will be fun to see play out, of just, you know, will it rekindle it enough for them, or will we kind of break any of their rules and traditions of what it should be? So
I am fascinated to see how this will play out. I think people will be really interested in it. I think the fact that it is this great story, and then there's also rock music between scenes. I mean, it's two things that I wouldn't necessarily obviously put together, but I think that it works really well, and I think that it's if people come to the show, that they will really find that the link is there, and that it's just a different dimension of the show and of the town and of the characters, just played out through music as well.
Honestly, I have no idea how an audience in New Hampshire would react differently than one in Massachusetts, which I know is where it's been performed before, and I don't know how they reacted there, so I have no idea. I mean, there's some interesting locations that we're performing at, so I think it's going to be very different between those places as well. But I couldn't begin to
Well, I
guess.
think that people in New Hampshire will be very grateful for it. They may be very curious about it. It may be a little hesitant, only because it's not like anything they've experienced for quite a long time. Like, I was in New Hampshire when I was doing the things we spoke about, and then there was this dead space where that wasn't taking place. So I think you're going to have, as is clearly the case with all the, if you don't mind my saying, the likes that Actors Circle Theater is getting for the genius of this new production and the daring of the new production. I think there's going to be audiences of all ages that are really going to embrace it for what it's about. And the way that it's been presented is that FortNight is every town. We all have a FortNight. We all lived in FortNight. We all are FortNight. You know, that's where we live. So I think that that's very attractive. I also think that the rock and roll aspect is going to bring in several demographics. I know that regardless of the fact that I'm in the show and there are people that are younger than me, you know, I'm there because it's rock and roll, because that's what I was raised on. You know, and despite the fact that my mom was a concert pianist. So I think that in New Hampshire it's going to be fine. I think it's going to be, it's like Field of Dreams, build it and they will come. And I also think at every venue it's going to be fine. I think that the two shows at Harlow's are going to be very well received because they embrace new works, especially, you know, musical works with some oomph and rock or alternative or bluegrass or whatever. And then in Monadnock in Jaffrey, they're going to love it because it's like nothing they've ever had. And then in Good Fortune in Keene, the proprietor there, Roger's going to love it because it will be the second show that he's had in his new space. And the other show that he did, which was on April 25th, which was brand new music. So he's going to be thrilled because he's had original music at his new place. So I think it's going to be incredibly well received, and I think it's going to be able to move and move and move all over the place.
I don't know. I think depending on the places and who's there, I think it'll be a different reaction every single time. So I don't know.
That's a good question. I have no idea how they're going to take this. I mean, obviously they're going to love it because we're great, but I don't know. I see them just having a few laughs. I think it's one of those things that you go to with your friends and you enjoy it for the night. It's not one of those life-changing shows. It's not one of those like very extravagant events that you prepare to go to. It's something that you go to, sit down, and you're like, that was nice. I'll come back again. You know, it's not.